Okay, for 2a, you have to create the three inequalities, the three equation first. Okay, so the line, this line is y equals 0. This line is x equals -4. Okay, why is it called x equals -4? As you can see, the x here is -4 and the x here is -4. Okay, so there are kind of straight line which doesn't follow y equals mx plus c. Okay, it follow what? It doesn't follow that way. Okay, it just y equals to something and then x equal to something. For this one, it will follow that way. That is, find the gradient. The coordinate here is 0, 0. So gradient for this line is m will be 2 minus 0 over -4 minus 0, which is 2 over -4, which is -1 over 2. So we have the three equation already. So x equals 4, y equals 0, and then the other one will be y equals -1 over 2x and plus 0, because the value of c for this line is 0. Okay, so this. Okay, now we have to find the inequalities. Okay, in order to find the inequalities, so y equal to 0 is this line. So the shaded is at the top there. So we say y larger or equals to 0, because the shaded is at the top here. For this one, which one is top, which one is... Okay, so for the x, on the right side is the larger value. On the left side is the lower value. Okay, how do I know that? Because this is -4. 0 is larger than -4. And let's say we have a value here, -5. So -5 is lower than -4. So the shaded part is the larger value. So we say x is more than -4. Okay. And the other one is this. Okay. So if you do a drawing of a rectangle, you can see that this part is the upper part and this part is the lower part. Upper part, lower part. So the shaded region is in the lower part. So the lower part means we have to say y is less than -1 over 2x. Any question on question number 1a or number 2a? Okay, I have done a little bit mistake here. What mistake? Because the drawing on that line should be a straight line, not a dotted line. Okay, should be a straight line like that. So the actual answer, this one should be less or equals to, because it's a straight line, not a dotted line. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So you have to create the three equation. Okay, first one is this line. So this line will be y equals 0. Okay, so because the coordinate here, -2 is -2, 0. The coordinate here is 0, 0, 0. And the coordinate here is 3, 0. So the y is constantly 0. So y equals 0. But this line, you have to start with y equals to mx plus c. Okay, first you find the gradient. The first coordinate is 0, 4. The other coordinate is 3, 0. So m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you could use 4 minus 0 over 0 minus 3, which is 4 over negative 3. And the value of c is 4. You understand where I get this? Because this line intersect the y-axis at here, at 4. So the equation of the straight line is y equals negative 4 over 3x plus 4. So you have one equation, two equation, and the third equation is this line. The coordinate is 0, 4 and negative 2, 0. So m is 4 minus 0 over 0 minus negative 2, which is 4 over 2, which is 2. And the c is again 4, and c is 4. So the equation of the straight line is y equals 2x plus 4. So you have 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So from here, from y equals 2x plus 4, you take your ruler and put it here, and then this part is lower and this part is upper. So you just change, because this is the lower part, so you just change this to less than. So we say y less than or equals to 2x plus 4. The second one, y equals 0. The shaded part is the upper one. Okay? So therefore, y will be more or equals to 0. The third line is this one. This, if you look at here, do you realize that this is lower than this is upper? Okay? So sometimes students confuse which part is lower, which part is upper. So in order to recognize that, what you do, you just do, for example, a rectangle like that. Okay, and another rectangle on this part. You can see that this is lower part and this is the upper part. Okay, so we want the lower part. So this one become y is less or equals to negative 4 over 3x plus 4. So any question on that? Okay, now look at question number 2C. Write the inequalities. So since we have 4 vertex, 1, 2, 3, or 4 lines, or 4 vertex, 1, 2, 3, 4, there should be 4 equation and 4 inequalities. Right. So the first line is, we have here, this line will be y equals 0. This one will be x equals 0. And then I'm doing this line. This should be y equals mx plus c. Okay, if you don't understand why suddenly this is x and y and then this is y according to y equal to 0, also you could ask that. Right, so find the gradient. M is the coordinate here will be 1, 0. The coordinate here will be 0, negative 1. So the gradient will be 0 minus negative 1, and 1 minus 0 will be 0 minus 1 will be 1. 1 over 1 is 1. And the C is negative 1. Okay, for that line. So the equation will be y equals 1x minus 1. 1x, we don't write 1x, but we write down x only. So this is for this one. And for this one, would be the coordinate is 0, -2, and this is 3, 0. And this follow y equals to mx plus c also. So the gradient 0 minus -2 over 3 minus 0. So it becomes 2 over 3. And the value of c is -2. If you don't understand where I get that c, also please ask. Okay. So the equation will be y equals 2 over 3x minus 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 equations. Now I'm using the ruler. Okay, first x equals 0 is this line. Okay, x equal to 0 is this line. Okay, and then the values that the shaded part is on the right. Okay, so what you have to understand is that, for example, on the right is 3, on the left is -3. There is -3 here, there is 3 here. If you don't understand where I get this for nowhere. Just I know that somewhere on the left side that there is -1, -2, and -3. Okay, why I pick -3? Because there is 3 that over there. Okay, so the one we want is that side. Compare that to 0. That 3 is a value that is larger. So on the right side is a larger value. So we say x is larger or equals to 0. Okay, disturb me immediately in case that you have any question about this or any part of it. Now I'm using this line y equals 0. So here is the top, here is below. Top and below, we want the below one, the bottom one. So y should be less or equals to 0, because the shaded is below here, the lower part. Now let's talk about this line, y equals x minus 1, and this is the line. Okay, so if you draw a rectangle here, and this part is the upper part, this part is the lower part, and the shaded is the lower part. If the shaded is the lower part, so change this to lower than. But then since this line is a straight line, it should be lower than or equals to. For this one, the line is y equals 2 over 3x minus 2. The part is the upper part, and this is the lower part. This is the upper part, and the shaded part is the upper part. Means higher. Okay? So higher, oops. And then since it is straight line, is equals to. So you have y larger than or equals to 2 over 3x minus 2. In case you have any problem with any of the question, let me know.